Hey folks, here are my top 10 favorite video game characters. When I started making this list, it got kind of out of control, ended up around 30, but I thought, why not try to limit it just to 10, and in order. Number 10, Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite and Burial at Sea. The whole escaping from captivity and that initial scene on the beach where she's just wide-eyed and loving everything. The music, the sights, the sounds. I feel her joy. And then you tie in to this sort of mystery of what her powers are truly capable of, which are explored further in Burial at Sea. Also, throw me ammo and health in the middle of firefights, very much appreciated. Number 9, Alex Vance, the original companion, and she was magnificent in episode 1 and episode 2. We all know that cliffhanger at episode 2. Still waiting on a conclusion. I think, I'm not sure, but I'm hoping it's explored a bit in Half-Life Alyx. That's VR, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, she really gave a kind of a personal touch to Half-Life 2 and the episodes 1 and 2, which the first Half-Life didn't have. Granted, that was in the late 90s. And she gave me the gravity gun. Instant top tenner, you gave me the gravity gun. Jade from Beyond Good and Evil. Looks after orphans by a lighthouse. Fascination with photography. Got a great relationship with her uncle. Solves a massive conspiracy. One I would have most certainly noped the hell out once I figured out what was going on. Not Jade. I play as Jade, I immediately feel cooler. I've been a long time suffering fan for that sequel. Don't get me started on Beyond Good and Evil 2. But the first game, still adore it, played it multiple times over the years. It's one of those few games I've actually gotten all the trophies in despite it not having a platinum, because I use the trophy list to extend the lifespan of one of my favorite games. Number 7, Snake. True MGS fans will correct me, because my two favorite snakes are MGS3 Snake and MGS4 Snake. And MGS2 Snake. I haven't played MGS1, but I know they're all not the same person. MGS2 Snake is MGS4 Snake, but MGS3 Snake is Big Boss, and it's Snake. I'm just going to go with Snake. I liked the sort of joking manner of MGS3 Snake when he's grinning about the beehive of Up the Soldier, and of course he's this big action hero. I really liked MGS2 Snake because of just how badass he is. Slow motion introductions, and MGS4 Snake, this old grizzled vet, body giving out, but he has one final mission. They're all great. So I'm just combining them. I know they're not the same person, I know it's different era. I'm combining them, okay? They get one spot. MGS2, 3, and 4 Snake all get the same spot. They're great. Number 6, Kratos. God of War 1 Kratos and God of War 2018 Kratos. First for being a rage-filled brute, but with a magnificent ending where he has to fend off clones of himself to save his family, hopefully undoing his past wrongs. And of course the epic final fight with Ares before ascending to become the new God of War. An unforgettable adventure and story. Then the evolution to Dad of War, the tender side of Kratos. He's taking on his biggest challenge, being a father. It turns out some things you just can't brute force and smash into a million pieces. You have to have a bit more of a tender touch and understanding. I cannot wait to see how Kratos deals with teenager Atreus. Number 5, Senua from Hellblade. I might have had a different experience to you because what I did was I played it in pitch black. I had the PS5 covered. I put a bunch of tape on my controller to block out all the lights. I wanted complete darkness. I played on surround sounds. And whoever did the sound design for Hellblade deserves all the awards. The psychosis, the voices of every single movement, every decision Senua makes, it got me rattled. I don't have any mental illnesses. I know these days people are much more willing to talk about anxiety and depression in particular, and I just feel I empathize so much with them. Like, shit, how do you get out of bed in the morning? I couldn't do it. Never mind having psychosis, so I have a real soft spot for anyone with any sort of mental health problems, and this is an extreme version of that. So after the opening boat ride where she's looking around and all these voices are rattling off in her head, I'm immediately in. Senua, I'll do anything for you. What do we do? What you want to do? You want to go this? We're going this way. We're doing it, okay? You're getting out of here. Hellblade 2, definitely playing it. I'll get it on PC. Number 4, one game and one game only. No sequels ever announced and may not ever be announced. Captain Walker, Spec Ops: The Line. I'm not even going to tell you why, because I fear that will spoil it. And even though the game is 2 generations old, I don't want to spoil. I want someone to have the same experience I had. I'm just Captain Walker. The ending, just wah. I'm going to be doing a video replaying Spec Ops: The Line, probably end of this year or early next year, and I will gush about everything then. But for now, unforgettable. Number 3, Ellie. Primarily part 1 Ellie, but I still like part 2 Ellie up to a point. I don't know you know yourselves, right? It's Ellie. You can already guess who's also in the top 3. Ellie's number 3. I definitely preferred part 1 Ellie and Left Behind Ellie over part 2 Ellie. But I understood part 2 Ellie. I always preferred playing as Ellie because the gameplay style was different, especially in part 2 with the dodge mechanic. That was cool, and being able to leap and crouch and, go prone. That was nice. Maybe one day I'll get back to playing part 2. Although part 1 now has permadeath. Might give that a whirl. Alright, number 2 and number 1. If you've been watching my videos for a few years, or even just any time at all, you might get a sense of who are the 2 top spots. But which order? Number 2, Nathan Drake. So now you know who number 1 is, but I'll go into Nathan Drake. The original swashbuckler of the PS3 generation. Uncharted Drake's fortune changed everything for me when it came to gaming on the PS3. It's like, this is next gen. And the attitude, the writing, the wittiness, the willingness to go to extreme lengths for the treasure hunt, the adventure. And then of course the way he would bounce off Elena and Sully, and he had one of the most perfect endings in Uncharted 4. I got to see an epilogue of what does an adventurer look like when the adventuring is over. What does he do with his time? And it was just so, it was perfect. That arc from Uncharted 1 Drake, 2, 3, and then finishing with Uncharted 4. Excellent. Wouldn't change a thing. Number 1, Joel. Some folks think Joel is a bad man. I think he is complex, fascinating, and every single time I play The Last of Us Part 1, they get me. They make me feel something emotional. 2 parts. The opening with Sarah, please, baby, gets me every time. And then the second part is by the ranch. You know, Ellie, you are treading on some mighty thin ice. Stop, Joe, just seeing him soften to her a little bit, and then Ellie has the moments with David, and then Ellie is distant, and Joel's trying to be nice to her, and never quite. That's why the museum in part 2 is my favorite part of the whole game. That's the relationship full. That's what I just wanted to see. Their father and daughter now. Yeah. That's my top 10, folks. For now, who knows, in 5 years' time I might change. I did not expect Senua to make a rush that high up the list until I played the game, and it was a transformative experience. Like, holy shit. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to leave your own top 10s down below. And until next time, take care.